Just one day away from the NFL draft, who will take D'Onta Foreman? We'll answer that with a special panel of former Longhorn alumni next on Crossfire. I guess we'll get into it, guys. Always enthusiastic, unbelievable, hard-nosed.
Roll up the sleeves for this one.
This Dallas team was very overrated from the start, like they always are every year.
The talent there, Tevin Mack, Eric Davis, and Cohen Roach, are maybe three of the most talented guys in the team.
Oh, that's an ugly shirt.
Always a pleasure having you on, guys.
Time to freak out, Reese.
Yes. Welcome in to your home for live sports debate. This is College Crossfire. I'm your host, Reese Miller. Glad to be with you on this Wednesday night. Just two shows left in this final semester of the school year 2017, and tonight is a very special one indeed. It is Texas Alumni Night. We've got a very special cast. We've got a couple of former alumni on hand behind the scenes as well. But in front of the camera, we would like to welcome in Isaiah Rosario sitting to my left. Big applause for this guy, content associate right now at Longhorn Network. Just kind of went right down the road there. Isaiah, first off, welcome in. What was your role sort of with TSTV, and how does it feel to be back?
It's good to be back. I see my name is misspelled in the prompter, but
Hey, that's all right. Wow.
always
Come
misspelled.
on, some respect for the alumni.
No, I
That's all
know,
right.
I know. Come on, kids.
Reese.
It's good to be back. I really didn't have an official role at TSTV. I just didn't want
That's
that
all
much
right.
responsibility. So
But plenty
I
of
just came and hung
responsibility
out.
now at Longhorn Network, which is what matters.
Yes, I guess. So.
And in charge of the Shaka Smart Show, helps with that. The track and field beat as well. Also at Longhorn Network is the former TSTV sports director, a senior when I was just a young pup myself. Jordan, it is weird. Welcome back. How does it feel to be on the other side where you were maybe 5-6 years ago?
It's very nostalgic. I like what you guys have done with the set, though.
Yeah, a little different.
Nice. Definitely different, but I'm feeling it.
Welcoming, I like it. Also feeling it, Julien Owens, one of the winningest panelists, I would say, of all time. Very involved, a fan favorite, as always. A producer, by the way, of a short film called Jeff. It's a comedy coming out soon. Julien, welcome back.
It's good to be back. Hopefully, I can put one last one into my belt.
One last
We'll
one.
see what
You got
happens.
enough to spread around with these guys. Let's go ahead and decide to see who can add another one to their belt. So excited for this show. Also excited for tomorrow. The NFL draft kicks off in Philadelphia. Last season, Texas had only one player selected, Hassan Ridgeway. Of course, it looks like that will be the case again this year. The good news is Doak Walker Award winner D'Onta Foreman is projected to go somewhere between the second and third round. The question is, what is the best fit for Foreman team-wise, and who do you think will fit Foreman's abilities in that second, third round, wherever you think he's taken? Isaiah, we'll start with you.
Oh, thank you. I grew up a Giants fan.
Yeah.
And they need a premier running back. They drafted Paul Perkins last year.
Yeah.
And they signed Shane Vereen a couple of years ago from the Patriots. So why not bring in a big back like D'Onta Foreman?
Okay.
Bring back the Earth, Wind, and Fire they had a couple of years ago, when they had a three-back system. You always need to have a couple of backs.
Yeah.
Hey, I would love to have D'Onta Foreman join that backfield. Have Odell Beckham Jr. on the outside.
It seems
Brandon
like the
Marshall
one
on the
skill
other
position
side.
player they're missing, right? I mean, you had great skill positions last year. Rashad Jennings didn't really do a whole lot
Yes.
from the backfield, but that is kind of the one thing they're missing. I like it. Maybe late second round if he's there.
Late second round, if he falls to
Yeah.
the third, that'd be great. If they can get him in the third round, I think that's a steal.
That's a steal.
Yeah.
Jordan, a loyal Dallas Cowboys fan. Cowboys don't exactly need a running back, but where do you think D'Onta fits?
It pains me to say as a Cowboys fan, but I think Green Bay is a good spot because they don't really have anybody. Ty Montgomery had less than 500 yards last year, and their next leading rusher was Aaron Rodgers. So that's not a good sign. They need someone who can carry a load, and D'Onta Foreman's obviously shown that he can do that. So I think Green Bay would be a good fit. for
Yes,
him.
lost Eddie Lacy, of course. Kind of similar running styles,
Yeah,
maybe similar
he's
builds.
he's a faster Eddie Lacy of
Yeah.
sorts. So I think he could have a lot of success there, even though I'd rather him go to Dallas.
It's a good combination. A little faster, Eddie Lacy. Hopefully more in shape as well. Julian, what say you? What's the best fit for Deontay?
I've been thinking about this all day. I was thinking somewhere in the NFC East, if I have to be a little bit more specific, as it pains me to say this, the Philadelphia Eagles.
Wow.
So I'll explain
Wow,
why.
the Eagles.
I'll explain why. They haven't had a potential DeMarco Murray in a long time. Like, DeMarco Murray was supposed to be that dual threat running back. He was supposed to be that running back that can run through the holes and also be able to hit the slots every once in a while and make big plays. And I think Deontay can do that. They haven't had a running back that can do that for a long time, and that's why they were destroyed throughout the whole regular season last year. They just didn't have a good running back core. Unfortunately, I would like them to see to the Cowboys. I'd like them to go anywhere else but the NFC East. But we already have the greatest Ezekiel, so he's going to the Eagles.
You know, I think that's a good point. They've kind of messed around, tried to get Ryan Matthews. He didn't really work coming from San Diego. Tried to get DeMarco Murray. Haven't really been able to get that workhorse. Jordan, I am going to give you the points here because Green Bay I thought would be the perfect fit for Adrian Peterson. We'll get into him a little bit later on, but they're a team that has everything but the running back. I'm not sure Ty Montgomery is that guy. Deontay Foreman could be. So Jordan Cannon, former sports director, starting us off with the point, guys. If there's one thing everyone agrees on in this draft class is, well, no one has any clue about the quarterback class. Projections have as many as 5 in the first round taken, and as few as even 1 or 2. Guys, when it's all said and done, who will be the best quarterback of this draft? And really, who would you take a chance on in draft? Jordan, start with you.
So this is the one that I thought about, and I can't come up with a good concrete reason why, but I'm saying Pat Mahomes from Texas Tech.
Wow, bold.
I just
a late riser.
watched him for all the times that Texas has played Tech. He pretty much picks them apart. He's a sketchy passer. I know he takes risks, but for some reason, I just have this feeling that Pat Mahomes is going to be one of those guys because he's got a cannon for an arm.
Gunslinger, can chunk it 80 yards.
No pun intended.
No pun intended.
That's right, that's right. Put the guns up. Julian, who do you think was all said and done the best quarterback of this class?
Jordan took it right out of my mouth. I was going to say Pat.
Wow.
To be honest, I love Deshaun. No,
A lot of hype for a guy that didn't make a bowl game this year.
Well, but let's look at it
Couldn't
this
beat
way.
Texas.
Couldn't beat
He
Texas.
couldn't beat Texas, but look at all the teams that he has played. He has played phenomenal. Like, to be honest, yes, he's a gunslinger. Maybe his passing is a little bit inaccurate every once in a while, but he is phenomenal when he's playing, and I like that about him. Maybe he would have more yardage if he had actually any good ends on his side, but he was still very phenomenal, especially in the Big 12. Right. He was amazing to watch. Deshaun, I love him, but I think this is just me saying it now. Quote me now. He's going to be another VY.
Wow.
Okay.
I see it
Sean
happening,
Watson, VY,
unfortunately.
win the Natty, then not so much.
not
You know,
so
maybe
well
they
in
can go
the
to
NFL.
Saskatchewan or something. Play for the Rough Riders down the road. The one thing I will say about Pat Mahomes, as exciting as he is, he might be the only guy to go into Fort Worth and beat TCU and also lose to Iowa State by 50. A little too much inconsistency for me. Isaiah, who's your guy?
They're just giving Pat Mahomes too much credit. Yeah, he has the arm, but so did Jamarcus Russell, right?
Fair.
Exactly. I have to go with Deshaun Watson. He's the winner. He put up over 800+ yards in 2 games combined against Bama.
Consistent.
He beat them on his last shot.
Yeah.
He lost to them last year. He beat them this year in the national championship game. He's just a straight winner. And he has the leadership skills. I think if you put him in a system behind the quarterback, let him learn for a year or 2, I think he can eventually take the ropes.
Yeah, maybe a project like kind of all these guys are. I think no one thinks Mitchell Trubisky or Deshaun Kaiser, Davis Webb even. No one's going to come in there and start right away. But I do think that's the guy that has shown the most poise. When you put up a combined 80+ points on Alabama, you've got something, Isaiah. I'm giving you the points. I think Deshaun Watson's going to be pretty good as well. Every year, general managers and coaches are, well, they're looking for value in the draft. They're looking for sleepers. Last year it was Dak Prescott, 4th-round pick, who eventually was the rookie offensive player of the year in the NFL. Guys, who do you think is the sleeper of this draft? Or when we wake up Sunday, what is going to be the biggest surprise player when we look back? Julian, we'll give this one to you.
I say the sleeper for me has to be Christian McCaffrey. I would have to say him. And let me explain.
Okay.
I think he's going to be that running back that you're going to put in there for special teams. He's going to be that running back that can do very phenomenal because his 40 was amazing. Everybody looks at him and it's like, yeah, he's too small. But, I mean, people said that about many other players, Russell Wilson, you know, Devin Hester. Like, look at them now. Like, they are doing phenomenal in that craft. I think Christian will be that running back that's going to, his special teams will hit the ground running for whoever team he's going to go to. And then also on top of that, he'll be that option running back, especially in shotgun, wherever he goes. And he's going to be a very impactful player. I give him the benefit of the doubt. Yeah. He has some value. I mean, he didn't win all-purpose yards in FBS history for no reason. You know? So I give it to Christian.
Yeah, punt returning, kick returning, threw touchdowns a couple of years ago. The guy really does it all. It'll depend a lot on, of course, what system he goes to. Isaiah, who's your guy? Who's your sleeper or surprise of this draft
I'm not
class?
sure Christian McCaffrey would be considered a sleeper. I think he's going to be a first-round pick. I don't know if anyone would consider a first-round pick a sleeper. But hey, I'm going to go with the bold pick. I'm going to go with the hometown guy. What about Zay Jones?
Wow.
East
Okay,
Carolina.
Austin High product.
Yeah. NCAA receptions leader now.
Yeah.
He had the most catches this past season. I think he's going to go somewhere, and I think he's going to make some noise. I know other than quarterback, receiver is probably the hardest position to play in the NFL and make an impact early, but I think he has a shot. Why not?
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe the best player, the one that stood out most in that East and West Shrine game, had a touchdown, had a couple other spectacular catches called back as well. Jordan, who's your sleeper?
So this is something I did a little research into because besides Deontay Foreman, I'm not too invested in the draft except who goes to the Cowboys. But I'm going to go with Marlon Mack, a running back from South Florida.
Wow, okay.
And I
Charlie
say this-
Strong right now.
Yes, I say this because in his combine, he had numbers very similar to Shady McCoy. So I think any guy who can come out, actually he's a little more explosive. So any guy that can come out like that and make an impact, I am all for. So I'm going to go with that for my sleeper.
Wow, I like that. All skill position guys. Love the 2 running back picks, but I love even more the hometown pick, Austin High. Maroons haven't had a draft pick since 2006. I think it'd be great if Zay Jones does make, and it's kind of your name too. You get Zay with hopefully the first-round draft pick, Zay with the point.
Great name.
And we are headed to break. That will wrap it up for round 1 with the Alumni. But up next, a possible Texas 2-step for the second round of the NBA playoffs. And is it panic time in Arlington? That's next. Welcome back to College Crossfire. It is the Alumni special. Great panel on hand. Isaiah Rosario with a 2-1-0 lead over Jordan Cannon and Julien Owens. Taylor Rush also behind the scenes. Renee Marino, big thanks to those guys for coming out as well, guys. Great job so far. Excellent having you back in studio. And let's go ahead and jump in to round 2 here. Possibly the series we were most excited for in the NBA first round is, well, it's already over. James Harden and the Rockets took out Mr. Triple-Double himself. Russell Westbrook in only 5 games. Now that the Rockets are rolling, the question for you guys is how far can they go? Namely, can they get past the Spurs, who should be in their way in that second round, assuming they get past, of course, Memphis, which has been a little bit of a struggle. Isaiah, what do you think about Houston right now? How far can they go?
I think the Spurs, if they get there, yes, they're still in a tough series with Memphis.
It's been a battle.
So who knows what happens when they go back to Memphis and play that game. Honestly, if they survive and they win it out, I think it may go 7 games. But if when the Rockets play the Spurs or Memphis, I think it'll be a 6-game series. I think it'll be the Spurs to win in 6 games.
Wow.
What had it was the Rockets versus, like you said, Mr. Triple-Double.
Yeah.
And Westbrook. Who else was providing offense for the Thunder? So
That's a good point. Roberson, jeez.
When they play the Spurs, it's a veteran team. They're always consistently doing it there. I think the Spurs will take it in 6 games.
Wow. Bold. Greg Popovich, of course, now 6-0 when his team's tied 2-2 in a Game 5. Pretty solid numbers there. Jordan, how do you think the Rockets can go? I know you're a North Texas person, but what do you think about a team a little south?
I think they don't make it past the Spurs. I think the Spurs beat Memphis, and then they don't make it past the Spurs because the Rockets are 1-3 against the Spurs. And, I mean, Harden's put up 34 and 31 in 2 of those and still couldn't beat them. So I just think there's no way. I'm also a Mavs fan, and I know what the Spurs do. I just know they're always going to somehow find a way. So I think even though the Rockets will make it, have made it, and they'll play the Spurs. They're not going to beat them.
Yeah, Spurs may even have to go Game 7, but I think. Well, I want to hear what Julien has to say. Julien, do you think the Spurs are that roadblock that Houston's not going to be able to break through, or can they finally sort of punch their way to what would be the Western Conference Finals against the Warriors?
As surprising as you can say, I don't see Houston going any further past the Spurs. Okay. If they go to a 7-game series, they could eke it out because Spurs can't do well past 7 games. They can beat everybody. They do very well when it comes to a 6-game series, 5-game series, but when you push them to the 7 games like they did in the finals, when they did against the Clippers, they just can't, for some reason, finish that Game 7. So if they can push to 6 games, I think the Spurs will handle them very well. But to just beat Russell Westbrook, that you beat 1 and 3 throughout the regular season, that's not a feat. Okay, just because he's the triple-double machine this season, he hasn't really done anything. Robertson may have played really well, but okay, that's a little ant you could step on, to be honest. Yeah. And so you got to play against the Spurs. The only issue is if Grizzlies hold them over to 7 games and Spurs go over that, it might be a little difficult for the Spurs to go through.
Okay, so you're all on Team San Antonio. As much as it hurts, I think everyone, including myself, is kind of on that bandwagon of it's going to be tough to get through them. So as much as I appreciate you all coming back into the studios, I'm giving you all a point and moving it right along. The Rockets' counterpart in baseball, the Houston Astros, are tied for the best record in all of baseball. Their AL West rival, on the other hand, the Texas Rangers, haven't fared quite as well. The Rangers are 28th in all of baseball in hitting. They've scored 2 runs or less in 8 of their last 12 ball games, 3 games under 500. Not to mention a very bad bullpen. They've won the AL West 2 years in a row. Question is, Jordan, I know you're a loyal Rangers fan yourself. Is it time to panic? Are you hitting that panic button yet? Rangers are already 6 games back, and we're only in April.
I am not panicking, and the reason I look at this, hitting is going to come and go. The one reason I think the Rangers have such a bad record is because of the Sam Dyson debacle at the beginning of the season. I think without those, they're 12-9 instead of 9-12 at this point. Yeah. And I think they're going to turn it around. They're going to figure it out. They got Bush, Leclerc, even Tony Barnett working in there, getting some saves or holds. So I'm not panicking yet.
But getting there. Jeremy Jeffress also a little bit of reserve. Right. Keno Kella coming back from Round Rock after his little thing. So there are arms there. Julien, are you panicking?
I would worry, but not panic. Yes.
Fine line.
Yeah,
worry.
I would worry, not panic. The only thing I would say is because, I mean, like what Jordan was saying, I mean, the pitching is doing somewhat okay. The pitching is doing fine. The batting is so terrible at times, and it's unbearable to watch at times.
It's bad.
But if you look at it, with at least 3 of their 4 games, if I remember correctly, they only lost very close runs, maybe 2 or 1. And if you look at it, 2 of their games was extended, going to 10, 13 innings. So the only thing is like they got to finish those games. Yeah. If they're able to finish those games, pull it off, and basically do like what Texas should have done this past season, is get between those numbers and actually converse and like actually go and win those games. I think the Rangers could get out this hole. Yeah. Will they get out of that hole? That's up to them.
Yeah, some positive signs. Swept the Royals in a 4-game set over the weekend, then lost 2 in a row to the Twins. Isaiah, where do you sit with the Rangers right now?
I'm not the biggest baseball fan, but I think they play like 1 million games during the season.
it's still like 140 to go.
Yeah, it's
140 to go.
It's early on. Last year at this time, they were, I think 10-10. So the records are about the same. Yes, they need to figure out the bullpen issue.
Sure.
And yeah, they need to get some more offense going, but I think it's still a little early. They have plenty of time to figure it out. So I think they'll figure it out.
Yeah, how about that? New York Rangers, the other jurors doing stuff in the playoffs. Julien, I think I'm giving you the point just because the thing I'm most surprised of is this offense. Nomar Mazara, Elvis Andrus started out hot. Now every single regular player is hitting under 260. Only 2 players hitting over 215. It's not exactly the makings of a potent offense you thought you were going to get in Texas this year, guys. Moving on to former Pro Bowl runners are making their return to the field. Adrian Peterson finally has a home with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, Marshawn Lynch, Skittles, has signed a deal with the Raiders. Beast mode out to Oakland. Both strong runners at one time. The question is, who will have the better season with their new team this year? Julien, kick it off with you.
If we're going to be honest, Marshawn will have the better year. I will say, because AP As much as I love AP coming from Texas and then destroying my heart by going to OU, long story
As much
short,
as you love him.
as much as I love him, he hurts my heart that he went to OU. But we're not going to get into that. That's a whole other thing. It's in the
Okay.
past.
All right.
But I think AP needs to basically deal with his torn meniscus. Most running backs, after they tear anything within their legs, they're not the same running back. They're not. So the only issue is going to be him trying to heal that. Marshawn, he's just coming out of retirement. We don't know his workout. He's probably going to be fine.
Yeah. Don't know how in shape he's going to be. Maybe a little too much Skittles. Isaiah, what say you?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Julian. Marshawn, he took what 2 bye years off.
True. A lot of wear and tear.
He's back. He's back in Oakland. Like he was hyped when he tweeted out that he's back. He's back in his hometown.
If you can interpret what the tweet meant,
Yeah,
that was
and,
good.
and he's gonna be playing in an offense that has Derek Carr and Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
They're not gonna have 8 in the box. They're gonna have to open it up. I'm sure he's happy to be playing in that offense. And like I said, he's rejuvenated being back home. He's going to love playing in that backfield.
Yeah, a team that is in contention. Remember, could have had the 2 seed last year.
Yes.
In the AFC, maybe just got a little bit better.
And one more reason why I think he'll be more productive. He doesn't have to deal with Adrian Peterson having to split carries to Mark Ingram.
It's true.
That's one thing he don't have to worry
you
about.
only get part of it.
Yeah,
You don't get to add on.
share with your coworker here.
That's so rude.
Jordan, we'll send it to your side of the room.
No, that was why I hate to do this to you, but I was also going to go with Marshawn, but more
Okay.
because it's going to be Marshawn Lynch in Oakland. When you're looking at the Saints, Adrian Peterson's splitting time with Mark Ingram. So, not having to share time with anybody, I think is going to give Money a lot more carries, a lot more yards. He's going to have a better year, just solely based on that, even not the injuries or anything else.
Yeah. Jordan, I think I'm going to give you the points. You did bring that. Isaiah tried to jump the gun.
She did bring
Jordan,
my same answer,
Jordan
but it's okay.
did have it, though. I'll think that AP might be more productive in terms of yards per carry, but splitting carries will hurt him. Also, New Orleans, bit of a passing offense. Raiders might try to bang it around a little bit. Should be fun. Either way, guys, that'll do it for round 2, but we will light up rapid fire up next. We welcome you back to your home for live sports debate. This is College Crossfire Alumni Special. We've got a great panel on hand right now. Isaiah Rosario, Jordan Cannon tied at 3 points apiece. Julien Owens down there on the end throwing up the deuce. Guys, I know you guys have done this before, but for the audience at home, and in case you've forgotten, points are now doubled rapid fire. You guys can jump in at any time. Only 2 rapid fires today, so let's go ahead and jump in. David Ross is among the latest of many athletes on the hit show Dancing with the Stars. The question is, what Longhorn would you have go on the show Dancing with the Horns?
Quandre Diggs.
Wow, Quandre Strong.
Quandre Diggs.
Okay.
LaMarcus
do it.
Aldridge.
LaMarcus Aldridge. Okay, Quandre and LaMarcus.
Ooh, maybe someone from the women's basketball team. They all have great.
Wow,
they all
they
have
do
great
dance.
dance moves.
Get Joyner Holmes.
Maybe,
out there?
Joyner Holmes, or I'd have to go with someone on the women's. It's
Wow.
tough because they're all really good dancers.
They're all really good. I don't know. Am I hearing applause for the women's basketball team here? What am I feeling? Wow, Brooke McCarty? All right, I'm feeling that. We'll give Isaiah the 2 points over Quandre Diggs.
All right.
LaMarcus Aldridge obviously doing great things with the Spurs as well, guys. Tom Herman has done many things already at Texas. He's had lockers of worth up to $10,500 added. Pete test. The question is, what would you add to the Moncrief facilities to spice up the Texas locker room, to get some recruits rolling it? It can be anything you want to add.
A disco ball.
A disco ball. Wow, that's
Middle of the
that's
locker room.
that's groovy.
Dance parties.
Really groovy.
Their own
Dance parties.
their own individual hype video.
Own
They've
individual
been
hype.
there
I
already,
think
pretty much.
I think they do kind of have that with the new lockers.
They do?
It's on
I
the
will say,
little
yeah, it's on the
See,
little
I
screen.
see their photos and stuff like that on New Lockers,
Yeah.
but I don't know
I think
what
they
they.
put their highlights up, I think.
I'm a big
Yeah.
I'm a big foodie, so maybe something like Whataburger.
Wow.
They can just they can just.
unhealthy.
I mean, they're already 5 and 7.
Hey,
we don't need any more.
He already has an issue with the line.
Deontay rushed for over 2,000 yards, and he said he did not have anyone to tell him what he was eating. So if he can rush for 2,000 yards plus and eat whatever he wants, I think.
Herman already has an
they'll be
issue
okay.
with the fat dudes on the line. Like, you really think he's gonna let Whataburger?
They
in
can
there
have a
too?
Whataburger Jr. They don't get the regular Whataburger.
Wow.
And what's the point in getting Whataburger if they're gonna get a Whataburger Jr.?
Wow, great stuff. You brought the Austin reference with Zay Jones earlier. Bring the Texas reference with Whataburger late. Isaiah Rosario, congrats. You have won the TSTV Alumni Special for that. Big applause, and we will give you 30 seconds of FaceTime to spit out whatever's on your mind.
Oh, or is the camera gonna come on?
Yeah, it's
still,
on you.
I still see it. I
Talk
still see
wherever
the.
you need. Wherever you need.
Oh,
there
there
you
we
go.
go.
There's a beautiful face.
First
Name spelled
off,
right this time.
I'll thank Alyssa and Reese. Thank you guys for having us back. Jordan and Julian. Sorry about
Everybody
that.
messing up my
JJ.
name today.
We got Taylor and Tyler in the background.
Yeah.
They didn't want any TV time, but it's good to be back. It's bittersweet to be back. I haven't been here in a couple of years now, so I'm happy to be back. This was fun. And
Awesome.
That's all I got.
Awesome. Shout out to Tyler Dinning, Taylor Rush. Coming on the set. Get over here, guys. Renee Moreno, come on in as well. All the TSTV alums doing great things for all of us here. Thanks for showing up, sir. Congrats to all of you on using this as a springboard. We thank you for coming back, and that's all the time we have on this alumni episode of College Crossfire. Thanks for everyone who came, all shining examples of where this studio can lead you. Congrats to Isaiah Rosario on the win. Thanks to everyone in Studio Master Control. Until next time, good night.